Well, I'm going to call this the first real episode of Beer and Bad Choices. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think so.
So before we...
Do you want to welcome people?
Well, you can be the welcome committee.
Okay.
You're really good at the welcoming committee.
Welcome, friends and family.
Oh, let's hope not family.
Welcome, friends. This is the first real episode of Beer and Bad Choices by Rad Icenogle and Vida RZ.
Yeah.
So obviously
Which one am
I? Exactly. I was just about to get to that. So the guy that you're listening to is Rad Icenogle.
Yay, that's
and
me.
I am Vida.
Yeah, and what are we going to do on this show?
Just like...
Drink beer and talk shit?
I was going to say, we're going to... what we do every night, Pinky.
Take over the world.
Try and take over the world.
Well...
A couple hockey players come up the produce stand the other day.
Okay.
A couple hockey players come up the produce.
All right. Is there... do we want to ask people if they know where that was from?
You know what? Yes.
Yes.
Let's make it a content. If you know where the drops are from in the very first episode...
You'd be perfect to hang out with us.
You would be perfect. So
you'll actually catch all the lines, all the jokes, all the callbacks.
So let's say...
Oh, much better.
If you can comment with the first letter of the first and last letter of the show in the comment section, we'll do something. A shout out. We'll do a shout out. Let's pick a shout out for the one listener who can guess who the show is. The first listener. There I am talking too much. So this is called Beer and Bad Choices.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay.
Right? So should we start with the beer?
Sure.
Now, since this is the first real episode...
For reals, guys. For reals.
I tried to get beers that I think you would all like them all. There's no IPA surprises in the future.
All right. Good.
Because I know how much you love the IPA surprise.
Just not a fan of IPAs.
All right. So the very first beer we're going to have is really super light. This is from Elysian Brewing.
Yes.
This is the Raspy Whisper, which is a raspberry chocolate Gose ale.
Okay.
So it comes in a bomber bottle.
I have high hopes for that one.
You know what? We'll see if it's...
Raspberry chocolate.
Yeah, and all these beers...
Raspberry chocolate Gose, you said?
A raspberry chocolate Gose, yeah. Oh.
Not sure if it's going to work out.
And you have your proper glassware, I see?
I sure do. It's as fancy as I am.
Well, it looks like raspberry.
You poured too much. Thank you. This looks like a summer drink already.
It does. It
Looks pretty, doesn't it?
It is. It's a very nice raspberry color. It's literally the color of raspberry and chocolate, I would say. So, give it the... Oh.
Sniff.
First sniff, first suds up the nose. All right. Not much.
Do you want to go through the etiquette of drinking beer or commenting on beer?
Sure. So
that way people know if they're at a party the right way to brag.
So they can stick out the pinky finger.
Totally, you're gonna teach people how to be snobs.
How the peach. Well, we're snobs for the first two beers, and then it's just downhill from there.
We'll see. We're gonna keep it together this time. Okay, last episodes was a lot of shit show.
No, yeah, we're gonna have very little shit show.
Yeah, we promise. We promise.
So the first thing you want to do is look at the beer.
Yes.
So you do the appearance first.
Color,
how much head there is, the glassware, cloudiness, just all the attributes you can get.
All right.
Visually.
So for color, can I go ahead or
do
you want to
go ahead?
Okay, it's actually the color of raspberry. Really, really color. What color is raspberry? Kind of like light burgundy. Raspberry pink. Oh, sorry. I'm asking the wrong person.
You're not going to get anything from me on color.
Right. But it's very hazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much head.
Mm-mm.
And that's it.
Yep. And then the next step is aroma, smell. So give it the sniffy sniff.
Smells like raspberries.
See, I'm not even picking up. I'm just picking up nothing.
Oh.
Maybe my nose is out of commission today. Hard to say.
Raspberry, maybe pink lemonade.
Oh, that would be the Gose, the sour.
All right. Okay, do you pronounce it Gose or Gose?
It's one of those words that people are very adamant on how to pronounce it, and so some people are like, "Oh, it's Gose," other people, "It's Gose." It's like both are right and both aren't right.
Okay, I say Gose because for some reason I have it in my head that it's French.
I say Gose because I've seen it with that little accent over the E.
Uh-huh.
So
what country does that?
It's French, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it's French.
Okay, French it is.
All right.
Till we get corrected.
Brutally.
Let us know, guys.
Yeah. So let's give it the old the taste. Now it's the taste.
So appearance, nose, and taste.
It's a Gose. It goes. Oh. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Ooh, that is a sour. I thought
we did need a little cheerleading. Thank you.
We did. I get 0 chocolate.
No
Maybe
chocolate.
just like
That's what I said. I don't. If it was a chocolate raspberry pale ale, I'd get it, or stout. But this is pink acid reflux.
Yeah, we started off with a bang. This is not good.
Isn't Elysian one of those breweries that we've been having a hard time liking?
We won't name the brewery that shan't be named, but they did knock it out.
Elysian, isn't it?
No, it starts with an R. An R from Oregon.
Say it.
It was Rogue. Remember Rogue?
Oh, was it Rogue?
But then Rogue redeemed themselves.
It was just one beer.
One in a row.
One beer.
One in a row.
Yeah. After 2 years of drinking, we found one beer we liked. Sorry, guys, but
yeah, it wasn't great. So speaking of memories of terrible rogues,
memories.
So kind of the theme is beer and memory.
You want to take this beer away from me?
Yeah. So this is going to go into the Bad Johnny cup.
Please. Would you like to explain what the Bad Johnny is?
The Bad Johnny is our pour cup, and at the end of the show, if we have a guest, we're gonna be super hospitable and make the guests drink it. Yes, it's part of the initiation for the first time.
Hazing.
It's hazing. Now, since this is the first show,
we don't have a guest.
So guess who it is?
So it's gonna be between you. I don't think so.
Just Vita gets it. Maybe it's a split situation.
We'll see.
We will see.
Okay, give me another beer. I'm getting fired up.
I was going to do beer and memory though.
Okay.
Did you know that so we always have this idea that beer, makes your memory worse over time. It dulls your memory.
How did you come to that notion?
It's just
science shows.
Not any science. It's just society. That people you drink too much.
Okay, where does society get that idea from?
Overindulgers, I think. People who overindulge in alcohol have terrible memory, or maybe they overindulge because they already have a terrible memory. I don't know.
Honestly, on social media, what I usually see, the headline goes, "Scientists prove." Beer makes your memory worse. And then 2 days later, you have the exact opposite headline. Science shows beer improves your memory.
Well, since we like our beer,
and we like our facts.
Let's go with the latter rather than the former.
I was gonna say it's a little biased right there.
Let's own our bias.
Let's own our bias.
Let's own our bias. The University of Exeter in the UK did a double-blind study that showed social drinkers have improved short-term memory
Okay.
With moderate consumption. During moderate consumption.
Right after? Or
yeah, so you're at the pub. So at the pub, you remember this person, that person, the story. Blah, blah.
Oh my God. You know why, though? Because they're feeling good. They're relaxed, so they can think better.
Well, it didn't go into reasons. It just said,
okay,
this is a side effect. Now, of course...
Such a side effect.
You're such a party pooper.
Sorry.
Just...
Wow.
Who was
party
that now?
Pooper. Oh.
Who's the wow? Oh, I know. I know.
We'll unveil these characters slowly.
Okay.
Right. Slowly.
Okay, you guys, stick with us and we'll let you know where we're getting these clips from. And I promise we'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, the acid reflux from Elysian.
You don't have to drink the whole thing, right? Toss it.
It's just effort. You just want a new beer.
So, for those of our friends that want an overall thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Oh, big thumbs down.
Okay, same here.
It actually was an inexpensive bottle. It was a $4 bottle.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that for a $1.
Oh yeah,
sale.
yes.
It's
so
terrible.
guys, save your money, and instead of paying your dollars towards this Elysian raspberry chocolate, go buy 4 PBRs.
Speaking of which, do you want to rinse?
No. Oh yes, please. I want to get those flavors off my tongue.
You know what? You know what's a terrible beer when you're using the TBR tall boy to rinse your mouth out.
It was not good. And you know what? We're actually generous.
We're generous raters usually. So next beer up. Oh, speaking of beer in memory.
Okay.
What's your favorite beer of all time?
Yes, I'll tell you. Flight. Is it called a Flight? We were at Bayern Brewing, and we got a Flight or a Stare. What do you call those?
A Flight.
A Flight. No, a Flight could be. This was beers from same beer from different years.
We did a vertical,
a vertical. Exactly. See, I knew it wasn't Flight. So we did a vertical of Bad Santa, wasn't it?
And it was a 3-year vertical.
Yes.
With Torsten.
Yes.
That was an amazing.
It was very good.
That was an amazing. And for those who don't know, Bad Santa is Ishbach, an ice bock that comes in at a healthy 13.5%.
Yeah, it didn't take long for me to get cootered.
Which is probably a little bit of a lie. I think it's a little bit more than that.
So do you want to tell people what an Ishbach is?
Oh,
did I pronounce that right?
Yeah. No, we won't have any Icebox or Ishbach. Ish, of course, just ice. In German, we won't have any of those until
kind of like your name, isn't it? Ischnagel.
It is.
So was it Ischnigel back then?
Ischnagel.
Ischnagel.
Yep. So.
Ischnagel. Say it.
You're putting me on the spot for.
Say it with the right accent, right?
No, it's gonna make me sound like a member of the Hitler.
Oh my,
League.
Exactly. That's what.
Schrein, schnell.
Okay, here's the thing. We're so afraid of going off the deep end with too much alcohol and turning this into a shit show that we're a little too proper, but that's okay.
It's too proper. Well, the funniest part is Hitler's from Bavaria. My family's from Bavaria.
No, you have none of the tendencies. If you're way too relaxed.
We're hiding it.
No.
Oh, yes.
You've got none of those tendencies.
Okay.
Just the accent.
It's from Deutschland.
Deutschland.
Next beer up, thank goodness, isn't a German style. It's an English style, of course. It's an Imperial Oatmeal Stout.
Yay.
Since Vita is a
stout
fan of all things big
stout.
and dark. That's your double entendre. I didn't mean that.
Not walking into that.
This is from Fremont Brewing out of Seattle. This is their Dark Star.
Seattle.
So this Imperial Oatmeal Stout, 8%. So we kind of...
Okay, a little bit, please. Not too much.
pours like motor oil.
Thank you. That sounds good to me. Yeah, no problems there.
So this one should... Now, remember when I said it pours like motor oil and that dark... Look at that dark cocoa, tan.
Oh my God, this glass still smells like raspberry Gose.
Yeah, this will cut through it.
Okay, did you drink it? Does it need to be warmed?
No, it's fine.
The flavors are there.
Mm-hmm. It's a little just like an Imperial Stout should be. It's a little coffee, a little chocolate.
Yeah.
They brew this kind of a typical grain bill. Uses Magnum and Willamette hops. Delicious beer, I would say. For the what? You're shaking your head.
It's alright.
Just alright.
It's good, but it's nothing to brag about. It's a decent beer, but it's nothing for me to go, wow.
Wow, you wait a second.
Wow.
You're the toughest critic there is. I think it's really I don't think it's exceptional. I think it's really good.
It's done. Nothing wrong with it, but nothing exceptional about it either.
Coats the glass. But then again, oatmeal stouts are just... Our last beer for this, though, is definitely the exceptional.
Redley.
You're going to let me have... Oh, you're...
Bad Johnny gets my share. Well, now, how do we... why do we name it Bad Johnny? I'm sure people want to know.
Oh, God.
Okay, you want to tell the story.
All right, so it's his memories, it's story time. So Vita and I were both involved in getting a brewery started from scratch.
Yes.
And when we first installed the trunk lines, which have the tap lines that go from the cold room out to the bar, to the taps. You need to test those lines. So we had, I think, 6 beers ready before we even opened.
Right.
And we're pushing beer through the line, and we're literally catching the beer as it comes through the tap in a mop bucket.
Yeah, I remember.
And so we had the mop bucket, and we're collecting the water. And one of the construction guys, actually the construction head honcho, foreman, owner.
Yeah. Whose name was?
John.
Thought
it'd be a great idea just to dip a pint glass into the mop bucket and take a drink.
Yes.
First thought is everyone thought it was the grossest.
It was gross and disgusting. Yes. And?
Utterly fantastic.
Turned out to be good.
Utterly fantastic beer coming out of a dip.
The mixture was actually great.
Yeah. So that's why we carry on the Bad Johnny tradition with our dump glass here. So that's the whole idea.
Does John know we have named something after?
Oh yeah, he knows it's the Bad Johnny.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, the funniest thing about the Bad Johnny, you're talking about if we give it to a guest, it could be this terrible rotten thing and just basically, rape their mouth. But half the time it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, it's accidental beer blending.
Yeah.
Make it sound highfalutin. We're
Yeah.
accidentally.
That's called good marketing.
It's not a mistake. It's an accidental beer blend.
Yeah.
So Dark Star.
You know what? We were talking about Bad Santa, and then somehow we veered off. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can't remember if we veered off, we just changed subject. But then we were just talking about beer and good memories, or, improved memory. And apparently I'm not really proving your point today.
You had an idea and it just left?
I forgot how we went from Bad Santa to Bad Johnny.
Well, you said it was because you're having a good time. Maybe you're not having a good time.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I like it. It's growing on me. Okay. It's not the best oatmeal stout ever. This is, of course, from Big Head's Bottle Shop in west side of Missoula. Right. So this comes from
run by
our buddy
good
Jared.
Friend Jared, exactly.
Yeah.
Right in my mind.
I really like it. Now the last one. If you don't love the last one, either I don't know you or it's a terrible, terrible beer.
Okay.
This one is special. Really special. Should remind you of a lot of things, like Mom's apple pie.
Okay, pour it.
You're supposed to say my mom didn't make apple pie. Did she make apple pie?
No. She's big on German chocolate cake.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah.
Everybody should. Now, what's the story with German chocolate cake?
Oh, yes. Here it is. So, a lot of the German chocolate cake is named after an American who perfected the recipe in 1895. His name was Samuel German. So, the German chocolate cake has nothing to do with the country Germany. It's after an American.
Now, is that with the caramel, coconut, pecan frosting and the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the one that actually came up with the recipe.
Well, you know whose favorite cake that is.
That's yours. I know. That's what you get for your birthdays from your mom.
Yeah, because you give me angel food, I'm going to stab you.
I don't give you angel food.
No, if anybody does. I hate angel food.
Why?
Boring. It's white people food. Unlike a German chocolate cake. There's some interest
okay
there.
with angel cake. Angel cake? That fluffy, light?
Angel food, the white, just...
Well, you make it strawberry...
Oh, you can fill it.
What do you call that? Strawberry?
Jam?
No. That goes on top of the angel cake topping.
Yeah. You're thinking of shortcake.
Yes.
That's different.
That's different?
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah. So
hopefully people can understand what the hell I'm saying, despite my ESL handicapness.
I think they can get it.
It gets worse the more I drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you drink, you have to...
Basta!
Basta.
Okay.
All right, so the next beer...
Where is that video from now? I'm trying to think.
That one's deep in the vault. That's a deep in the vault.
Is that Italian?
Yeah.
Basta?
Yeah. Italian, Jewish, it depends on who you talk to.
Isn't that the hashtag Avenatti used?
Yes, Avenatti would use basta.
Exactly. It's like, Jewish, but I think Italians use it.
Yeah. So it's like stop, cut it out, knock it off.
Yes.
All those.
Did you know because the word is originally Jewish, it shows up in Farsi and Kurdish, different variations, and it's funny how the Italians also picked up.
Basta's in Farsi too.
In Farsi, beste is the word.
Stop.
Yeah.
Beste.
Kind of like stop.
Oh.
Beste. Sometimes you pronounce the T. Sometimes you could pronounce. Sometimes you don't. Or beste. And really? The Kurds. So these languages are very close. Mm-hmm. They're kind of sister languages. So I am very curious how I ended up in Italian.
It's still the Mediterranean. It's not that far.
Yeah.
It's right there.
But Italian sounds very different than Persian or Kurdish.
Well, I don't know about that. Oh boy, these mics, you can hear those brakes squeak. Yeah. Should we get into this beer?
Oh, absolutely.
This is the one I hope you love. I really hope you love. This
fingers
is crossed. I know fingers, toes, eyes crossed, whatever you need to do. This is from Highwater Brewing. This is the Sugaree Maple Bacon Pie, which is also barrel aged in oak. Bourbon barrel aged in oak. This comes in at a healthy 9.8%.
Okay, I don't think I'll be disappointed. I like anything barrel aged.
And especially
if it's a dark beer.
I know, anything that has wood. comes out of wood.
No,
barrel. You like barrel.
Not going there.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Basta!
So the idea with the brewer is they had a little write-up. Their idea was to create a beer.
There goes our name.
There goes our neighbor. Fast and Furious. Was to create a memory of Mom's pecan pie in beer form.
Okay. Let's see if they nailed it.
Nailed it. Let's see.
Not too much, please. Okay.
I know all these chords tangle.
I know.
Well, let's see those pores.
We're in Rad's office, by the way, in case anyone's...
Studio
Studio
G.
Studio G.
Remember? We're not supposed to bring up things from the past. Garth Brooks, Studio J.
You say it and you bring it up.
I know.
Somehow that didn't sit well with you.
He's still the creepiest human being on the face of the earth. Garth Brooks is the devil. You heard it here.
He's not a devil. He just creeped you out.
No, I think he's evil.
He's not evil.
Evil.
He sounds good.
The devil sounds good.
Doesn't look hot, but sounds hot.
That's devil stuff. All right. Ooh, it smells like barrel and pecan and...
Okay, pecan. I don't get that. But I smell barrel aged.
All right. I like it.
I think they would have nailed it if the beer was a little maltier.
You think it's too thin? Mm-hmm. Oh.
So what's the name again? Sorry.
Sugaree. So this is
Sugaree pecan.
Maple pecan pie.
Okay, definitely taste the maple.
And I read the write up, and they used maple sugar, so it's not maple syrup; it's maple sugar.
Maple's there. I don't get the pecan.
Oh, I get the pecan in spades. I really get the pecan.
It's not a flop, but it's not what I was expecting either. Especially if it's barrel aged.
You want a more bourbon character, or
maltier, sweeter.
Sweet. No, I would agree. It could have went a tinge sweeter. Yeah.
So it would actually taste like pie.
Yeah, it's not that sweet.
The name kind of brings up your expectations.
And the other thing,
then crushes.
Well, and if they had more malt, like you were saying, maybe they wouldn't have dried it out as much, and it would be sweeter and a little more viscous. Mm-hmm. I think that would have helped.
More mealy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The thing is, after you've had bad Santa, after you've had bad Finger from Phillipsburg Brewing, after you've had all these dark and super rich beers.
Remember when we had the Brewers Reserve Imperial Russian Stout from the Full Sail guys gave us?
After you've had those beers, this doesn't really measure up.
No.
It's not too bad.
Verdict?
Are we gonna scale it?
Nah. We make up the scale each time. It's thumbs up, thumbs down, 1 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up, but it's not a wholeheartedly go definitely buy it sort of thing.
It's like okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Are we doing it on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
You can give it stars, smiley, whatever you want to do.
Okay. I think what did we do before in our
Nothing.
previous shows? Out of 5 or out of... I think it was out of 5. Yes, they were. Somewhere between 2.5 and 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm not really excited about it.
I'm with you. 3.5 out of 5. First impression, I was really excited. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be it. Because it's going to get, how sometimes, especially with bigger ABV and bigger volume beers, it gets additive. Mm-hmm. Everything on that first sip just tends to compound with each additional sip. This didn't do that at all. It just kind of plateaued and stayed there.
Yeah.
So maybe.
I really want to finish it, actually.
Oh my goodness! Are you 3 for 3 on the dump bucket?
Yes.
That is amazing. Yeah, I'm with you. It's not fantastic.
Yeah.
But we'll continue to drink this.
Mm-hmm.
So, since we're starting the podcast in new memories,
right?
The first one, we're going to cut ourselves.
Here we go. Okay. Here's the thing. We've been drinking beer.
Mm-hmm.
Is your memory improving?
Ask me a question.
I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know if it is or not.
I don't.
I think it's a good excuse to drink beer.
I think it's just a good excuse.
I want to improve my memory. No,
you need an excuse.
Yeah, I need an excuse. Like I need a hole in my head. You're right. And the more I have it, the less it grows on me. So, well, that's just terrible.
What are you gonna do with the doo-doo?
So we have to go through these videos so people know where they're...
We have to keep it. We got to do it in subsequent episodes. We got to get people involved. You know, they have to stay tuned.
So they have to guess where they're from?
No, they just have to recall. This is a memory. They have to recall on
next
the next
time they
episode
have to recall?
what that was from. We'll let it build. We'll let it grow.
So you're not going to tell them which videos?
No, but we are going to tackle the doo-doo and the wow on the next week.
Oh, okay. Nothing this week?
No, nothing. This is just introduction and easing on into the whole deal.
Okay. You're being a tease,
weird.
you know.
I'm a terrible tease. I've been called that a lot. Now, speaking of things that are teases.
I see.
I want you to listen to this fine young lady that I found.
Tracy Kiss, and you may have seen before.
Where'd you find
I did a video called the Semen Facial Tutorial. The idea behind that was to use natural, organic, clean and healthy ingredients in order to promote beauty. Nowadays, you have no idea what's going into your products that you purchase in the supermarket, the foods that you eat. There's E numbers, there's chemicals, there's side effects, bad reactions. Something that's very serious that can live with you for a lifetime.
Okay.
So I was looking into natural remedies, things that you can have from home that are organic, that don't cost the earth, but actually deliver the results that you require. Part of the semen facial then led me on to looking into the benefits of digesting semen. Being a
Wow.
You heard that right.
So this girl is a lot of fun, huh? If I were a guy, I'd be really into her by this time.
I would be more than happy to help her out.
I thought so.
Personal trainer and nutrition advisor, I'm very much into fitness, having a clean and healthy body. There are surprisingly a lot of nutritional benefits from eating semen, some of which I'm going to read out to you now. So 1 teaspoon of semen contains over 200 proteins, several helpful vitamins, minerals including vitamin C, calcium, chloride, citric acid, fructose, lactic acid, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, vitamin B12 and zinc.
So it's all about the health. It's health, and
Nothing perverted.
I really want all the ladies out there to really look after their health.
Yeah.
I could be a healthcare provider.
Of course. She is, actually. So how did she find out about these?
Oh,
there's a report somewhere?
There's also... You're such a little scientist. Was there a study? I'm just going to nerd out right now.
I want to see if she's pulling it out of her ass.
I just want to see her data. Where's her data?
Seriously. Just because she's claiming it.
I'm sure there's a... Never mind. Don't say it.
Say it.
I was going to say there's a lot of things. She's doing the semen facial. Probably pulling things out of her ass is the least.
Is she single?
A lot in a shot, please excuse the pun. So today I am going to be drinking my friend's semen. This is because I don't have a partner.
That's a good friend.
You know, in a relationship, I think it's always important to make sure that you're sexually protected, that you've had all of the checks for STIs and STDs. It's also important to lead a healthy, organic lifestyle.
Organic.
So
all the catchphrases.
You have to make sure that you get organic semen. GMO organic semen.
Non-GMO.
Oh, well, I'm out.
You mean to say non-GMO?
Yes, non-GMO.
So okay, so she has to watch the guy eat non-GMO, right?
And he has to be organic.
Or is semen naturally non-GMO?
It's a good question. I bet you she answers that for us.
Eat clean when you can, avoid processed foods, and try to stick to things that are raw and contain as much nutrition as possible. Some
Semen's pretty raw.
things that you can do to improve the taste of semen is to consume things such as pineapple juice, wheatgrass, peppermint, and cinnamon, with asparagus making it smell particularly bad. Semen will vary throughout the day, whether it's in the morning or last thing at night, how hydrated you are, the kind of diet and lifestyle that you have and lead. And also, if there is a dramatic difference in the taste and texture of your semen, it could be an indication that there's some underlying health problems. So it's very helpful to know your type of semen, just as we would taste our food. So
okay, so this girl is single?
She had to get
How
her,
would
her
not a
friends
guy be
semen.
exactly all over this? Unless she's that horrible that despite all this, nobody wants to get close.
You know what?
come on,
your initial
lady.
response is like, oh my God, it's gonna be sexy time with her all the time. I think it'd be very clinical because she just wants the semen for a facial or for the health benefits. The fun is eliminated.
She's being too utilitarian.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, so there's no fun.
So matter of fact.
Yeah.
So for this, I'm going to be using a friend's semen. He's absolutely fine with that. I'm not involved
sure
in
he
the
is.
extraction of the semen. I would just like to point out, he's brought it round to me in a bowl here. It's fairly loose. There's a kind of wateriness to the edges of it, a bit like wine would be.
Catches his own
And it's
semen
thick
while
in the
he
centre
jacks
with
off
swells.
to
You
her
can see
without her knowing. This is what's going on. He has a crush on her, right? He has a crush on her. She is acting. She has friend zoned him, right?
It's like, yeah.
So he gives her semen.
He's jacking off into a cereal bowl and delivering it. He brought it over. Ooh.
Well, he made it to her video. Well, she didn't mention his
Well,
name.
part of him made it. A former part of him made it into her video.
She nuts.
Semen in
Does she
there.
have lots of followers? I bet she does.
So this is
The video has over 1 million views.
Of course.
But I think they're mostly assholes like us.
Wait. You know what we should do? This is our first podcast, and I don't know, we probably have like a handful of people listening.
Right.
Do you know we're at this level?
I'm scared
and
to.
we needed to take it to this level.
I am really scared of what you're gonna say.
So we need to come up with something like that. That's how you get people hooked. I mean, look at that bitch.
So
What does she have that we don't have?
Beer?
Oh, wait, semen.
Semen in a beer will make it healthy. It'll be full of vitamins.
Yes, we could make it work. I think there's lots of potential.
Yep. You can try it out.
No. We'll have someone else try
The next
that.
guy. This is salty. What's in this?
Ew. Honestly.
one ejaculation. I'll show you with a teaspoon.
She's playing with this dude's spooge.
That's disgusting. Just fucking disgusting.
And this is the first time that I'm going to try my friend's semen. So I'm going to hopefully give you an idea of what it tastes like.
Eat it.
You can see
Eat
the
it.
texture from this.
Eat
So this
it.
is at lunchtime.
Eat it.
Let's see her
Eat
face
it.
do it. Let's see her
Half
her
the
face.
teaspoon that was produced.
What's this lovely lady's name, by the way?
To give you an
Tracy
idea, here we
Kiss.
are.
Tracy.
It fits onto a teaspoon
Eat it.
quite
Oh,
nicely.
of course. Shove the boobs in the camera.
It smells kind of like old books and chlorine. You know, when you come out of the swimming pool, it has.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever heard a description of that fluid as old books and chlorine.
Actually, she nailed that one.
You really think it's old books and chlorine?
She did very good. She's spot on.
All right. Now, they say that smell is linked to memory.
Okay. This one, I don't know if this one drinks beer or not, but let's see.
That kind of, it smells quite mellow. Oh, got some on my nose. A little bit closer. There's even more benefits to drinking semen for women because it's actually an antidepressant because it contains melatonin, which helps to induce sleep. Oral sex can also lower your blood pressure, and for the men, it helps to prevent prostate cancer because of the ejaculation. So actually, there's some really good health benefits for men and women alike. Anyway, I'm going to give this a go now. So here's my teaspoon.
And where did she get her degree from?
It moves quite loosely.
Disgusting.
It's on
Just
the spoon.
fucking eat it already. No wincing. Oh, wincing.
Oh, my pause game is on.
She did not like that.
That face says that was a horrible experience. Because not only is it during sexy time, but it's been, how long has it been sitting in that bowl?
Yeah. Well, ask the health expert right there, nutritionist.
Surprisingly salty. It has a kind of tang to it that goes to the back of the mouth. It really soaks into the tongue.
Now, this is a grown-ass woman.
Yes.
Showing her tatas.
Of course.
Do you want me to believe this is the first time she's ever tasted semen?
Of course not.
She's
not
like,
claiming
oh,
that
this
either.
is the first time. She said, oh, this is the first time I'm tasting it.
No, this is the first time she's tasting her friend.
Oh, you're right. We're kind of like different flavors of Coke. You know?
Yeah. The guy who's in friend zone and dying to get out of it.
Remember what she said about
Come
the foods that could help it taste better?
Uh-huh.
He's probably eating a pineapple a day, peppermint tea.
I feel for that guy already. Okay.
It's quite cool. I would expect it to have been a kind of room temperature taste, but actually it's very cold tasting in that sense without being refrigerated. And it has a kind of salty sweetness to it.
You know, she keeps on saying, okay, that's enough from the semen lady. But she kept going, it's really salty. Pretty salty. She's going to be telling her friend to lower his salt intake.
Well, these tricks work, though. I mean...
Now, what if the friend convinced her of all this bullshit?
No.
And he ends up doing it in a bowl.
No. She's the master.
It sounds like something you'd see off... What's that?
Planner.
Who's that psycho?
Mastermind.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes.
It's like something you'd see on Goop, right?
I've never watched a single one of her videos.
Or the Gone to the Site?
I've just heard about how bad.
How about next episode I introduce you to the jade eggs?
Okay.
Oh, you have no idea. The jade eggs from Goop. Who would trust a site called Goop, by the way?
People that don't know better.
This woman would. So that's our first foray into something gross.
So all you have to do is pretend you're an expert in something. Speak with confidence. Exude confidence. Speak as if you're the authority in the subject
super
matter.
mellow music.
And then you should go exactly. And of course, showing your boobs never.
It's always worked for me.
Yeah.
Every time I show my tatas.
Show your boobs, just in case there are a couple of guys that are not sure whether they should follow you or not. Nothing. I don't have anything against showing boobs. Just to clear that up. But I'm just saying, if you wanna, it seems like she's trying to be viewed as a nutrition expert, right?
A health expert.
A health expert. So if you want to be a health expert, then you kind of have to dress like one. You can't be both. You can't be shoving your boobs in the camera and then telling me that you're a professional.
True. That's, I don't think she's terribly professional.
No.
At all.
Again, nothing, I don't really have against anything against sexuality.
But with her, it's just gross.
No.
It's a weird mix of, there's not one thing about, she has a halter top on, she's relatively attractive. Mm-hmm. It's semen. This should be sexy time. And there's not one thing sexy about this whole thing. It's just gross.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
You actually found it gross too, so it wasn't just me.
Oh, it's none of the fun.
Okay. You were hoping for fun.
I was hoping for fun. Speaking of hoping for fun.
That's all you.
Well, I really think that we both should take one sip of the Bad Johnny, which is mostly that terrible raspberry chocolate Gose.
It's mostly Gose.
That's going to be our new curse word now?
Yeah.
Hey, you made the same face as the semen lady.
Okay. It's so overpowering. Doesn't matter how much we poured in it. It still tastes like vomit. Told ya.
The first Bad Johnny is terrible. Every Bad Johnny we've had with the sour.
Yeah, it kind of ruins everything. Yeah, it ruins everything.
Ugh. Well, eventually we had a good sour the other day. We had that peach Berliner Weiss at Great Burn,
yes,
which was,
that was a good one.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Speaking of Great Burn,
yes.
Let's end the show on a super high note.
Yes.
What did we do with Great Burn, and what did we do yesterday?
We had a partnership with Great Burn at Brewing.
Yeah.
So, so you want to tell the story, or should I tell the story? Make an attempt at telling the story.
Well, let's do it this way. So we started something called the Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan Project.
And the idea is it's a way to raise money for
the Cancer Center.
In Montana Cancer Center.
Montana Cancer Center. It's a way to get Okay, we need a little bit more to it. We need a little bit more backstory to it. So, as many of you guys might know, I don't know if they might know. Okay, let's start this again. So, last year I had cancer. And my last chemo session was in October. And it's been exactly 6 months since my last chemo session. Mm-hmm. So, after I got done with cancer and chemo, Rad and I decided to give back to the very good people that took good care of me. Mm-hmm. And we decided to combine it with our passion, which is a beer and brewing. So cancer and beer are getting combined. So what we did is...
cancer and beer are getting combined.
Exactly.
Let's just put this in a pot.
So we approached a brewery. And the first one was the Great Burn Brewing. Yep. We told them about our idea. And we said that I would love to come in and brew with Mike Howard. So a day of brewing with Mike Howard, brew a beer together, and the proceeds from that beer went to the Cancer Center.
And the proceed model is really different in that most times people hit the brewery up. They're hitting the brewery up for money.
Yes, and begging for money is not our cup of tea.
Right. So
it's uncomfortable and it's not fun. And if people can't do it, you're putting people in a very awkward position. I mean, let's say, they all mean well, right? But then you hit them up for $1 or $2.
Yep. Well, what we did is we actually take the regular price of that pint. So if it was a $4 pint or a $5 pint, we add an extra $1, and then we let the customers know that extra $1 is actually going 100% straight to the Montana Cancer Center. Yeah. That's how it works.
So that way the brewery isn't out anything.
Yep.
And we get a little bit of money.
Right, and all the patrons get the karma. They all get their karma points.
Good karma. They get to participate. Actually, it actually increases the sense of community. You know, people coming together. They donate money for a cause that they believe in, and then they help the hospital.
Right, and how much? And we picked up the check.
We did yesterday.
And how much was the check that we?
The first check was $500.
500 bones.
Yes. And the Great Brewing was a smaller brewery.
Right.
So I think we'll do much better the next time.
And we're going to try to do this. We've committed
as often as we can, actually.
As often as we can. And the next brewery looks like it's going to be...
it seemed okay. Well, the next brewery seems like it's going to be Draftworks. Mm-hmm. They agreed, but they have a very busy schedule.
They do, but they're going to fit us in. I guarantee you.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yep, so we're going to do another one, and Vita gets put to work as a brewer.
Yeah.
She's a budding brewess.
I'm a...
Brewstress.
Yeah. So did you guys know that brewing used to be a woman's job back in the day?
Oh, it sounds like a topic.
Yeah. Well, we might as well say it now, or...
No, I think we
topic for another
write
day?
it down on the list.
Okay,
topic for another day. Because we're getting towards that hour mark, so I think we should probably...
Okay, we weren't too talkative this time, but, you know.
Yeah, we only talked for an hour. We were terrible.
Hey, at least we weren't talking over each other this time.
It was really good.
I'm pretty proud of ourselves.
I know. Usually it's a talk fest. So...
Not me, him.
That's right. So I think we should close this bad boy up. The beers we had, just to recap, were the Elysian Raspy Whisper, the Fremont Dark Star Imperial Oatmeal Stout, and from Highwater Brewing, the Sugaree, which is a maple pecan pie ale.
Yeah.
And none of them hit Vita's spot.
No, they weren't winners.
The Dark Star is the only one I really like. And I know it's officially time that we close up shop.
Uh-huh.
Because the boss is coming back to her bed.
Okay.
Here she comes.
Olivia wants to claim her
The
bed.
boss dog, Olivia. So let's wind it up. And we will be back every week. Next week.
Yeah, we're going to be punctual.
We'll be punctual. So this will be next week.
Disciplined and punctual.
Ooh. The discipline.
I know. Perfect.